versatile.
All right, third pick to come here. Thunder Predator
Pick
could
a core here. There's not a lot of open cores left. I think Bat Rider is like banned actually. See, Beast Coast like, they actually protect this Lycan. First ban this Bat Rider. The Shaker Bat is like a broken combo still. Open core, Thunder Predator.
Yeah, I don't think they want to try Bristleback as an offlane option against Lycan.
There's still Pango, who's
Pango?
good. There's good versus Lycan, who can also lane mid versus Void Spirit if needed. Void Spirit can still play 2 and 4, sometimes 3. I know Moose likes the hero. Schofield can play the hero. Chris Luck, it's most likely a Chris Luck hero, but that can always change. Think what else is Bristleback?
Dire team pick.
Troll. Oh, they're pulling the what do you call it? The crazy strat. Troll is just good. He is good versus Lycan, but Lycan's just timing is just crazy. If you have a little bit of control for Troll just needs time. He just needs 2 items. And if Lycan's net worth isn't like 4 or 5k ahead of Troll, then like Troll will always come out on top.
Yeah.
10 seconds.
And you know, there's 3 picks here for Beast Coast to have the opportunity to have something to use against the Troll. Maybe not Bane because you got Earthshaker and Jakiro who can cancel stuff out from afar, but some way to kind of stop the Troll. You know, like I mentioned Oracle before being something with Troll, but Oracle's also good against Troll. If they need to pick up a 5, trying to think what else.
You don't really. I mean, Oracle is just. Then you just have an Oracle, right? Especially for Thunder Predator, it's just like if they didn't have Jakiro, you pick them. This Lycan will just send his summons at you, and you feel so sad.
Well, not for Thunder Predator, not because they've already secured the support. I'm saying it's good also against Troll. I mean, one Fate Seedict could shut Troll Warlord down, and obviously his save could stop anybody who's in the crosshairs of Troll Warlord.
I can see it being fine, definitely.
But not seeing the pick in general in this region as of recent, so it's kind of hard to say. Other 5 options out there instead. We've seen like Witch Doctor come up occasionally.
It's a hard hero to play and get away with, honestly. You just need to be really good at him.
Ooh. Shadow Demon is a save in itself. Obviously, his scaling potential with the disruption's good to use on Troll or on an ally who's getting caught out by the Jakiro or Earthshaker or Troll, let's say.
Interesting pick. Just like all I see right now is just a save, right? In case for a Shaker jump, you'll be able to save. Outside of that, I don't really see a strong purpose. There's no synergy with any of the heroes that he has right now. Or strong synergy. It can synergize with Void Spirit for the setup for the Remnant.
Yeah. They're probably gonna, they might get something like a Centaur, make it look cool.
I don't think you really want to bank on that, though.
Really? Like, you got to get away from trouble, but okay, Mars is another off-lane option that we haven't seen yet today that comes out.
Pretty good versus Lycan as well.
Trap him in.
I mean, this is not an easy Lycan game. They have every hero has like a stun or it's an answer for this Lycan. It's like when you hit your timing, you have your book 3, your Hod, and you throw your ulti and Howl, right? You want to be able to send in one of these heroes. I don't know who you're sending it on here. This Troll, you'll never want to send on Troll because of the miss. Jakiro, I guess, if he uses his Ice Path.
All right, Bristleback comes out for the Beast Coast side on this one, which is interesting. I mean, Liquid Fire is pretty nice against Bristle, right? Isn't Jakiro okay against Bristle in the laning
phase? At the same time, no flame towards Moose or anything, but he is also like he's taking on the role of a drafter / captain now. Because when he first initially came to the team, he was like coaching.
Yeah.
And like, being automated as like a new drafter / captain all of a sudden, drafting, understanding drafts, it's not an easy task to do. It takes years of, I think it just takes a lot of experience and wisdom, no matter how many like captains you've been around and associated yourself with. It's a whole new role.
I agree. Certainly a valued perspective to share, because that is not easy to take on and something that I'm sure most people don't even consider when you're see these teams kind of come together
10
suddenly, and
seconds
the
remaining.
drafting feels a bit off. You gotta look at the other side of the coin and
5
know that
seconds
there's
remaining.
possibly someone new in the seat, and they're
Radiant
trying to feel out
team
their
pick.
own team and what works out, and go against their opponent and rediscover the meta. As here we go again, another Dazzle going to be coming out. Beast Coast just kind of taking a bit off the Thunder Predator page from the previous game, and they will now have a Bristle Dazzle situation.
I feel like every draft today, this is the third game, before going into the fourth game of Thunder Predator here today, is every time they draft, it's like their lineup feels so
10
much
seconds
easier to play
remaining.
because of the team fight, the comeback mechanics that they have, the objective taking. Because
5
it's a
seconds
well-rounded
remaining.
draft, without even seeing the last hero. I mean, this last hero can ruin their draft, but it's just. But even then, like these four heroes, these four openings that they have, it feels good to have these heroes in the game.
Yeah.
And it's like very like little risk involved, and they have like roaming potential as well.
Legion Commander.
Choose
Like
your
bristle
hero.
fronts,
The Bristle Front.
so we call it.
They need a spirit vessel person for sure, right?
And you see Beast Coast, it's like who's starting the fight? Who's like Bristleback to run in, bait, Shadow Demon set up. Like
Oh yeah.
again,
I
they,
know.
they have no team fight,
Yeah, where's
right?
the team fight at? Oh no.
And I feel like every game Thunder Predator is playing against, there's like all of these teams are not drafting team fight against them. It's like, hey, like TP Thunder Predator opened up with 2 team fight heroes, and it's just like Beast Coast's response wasn't that great. Whisper's playing, so it's Chris Luck mid versus Dazzle versus the
Dazzle.
Mars?
Well, they haven't even picked up
no
their
Leo
roles
style
yet.
Legion.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, I mean that's not bad for Chris
10 seconds
Luck. I
remaining.
imagine Dazzle love to go against the melee core.
Legion is good because
5
he can always
seconds
purge off his Q, so that's like whoever uses it first kind of screws
True.
up, right?
Yeah, definitely. Guess I'm getting
So
ahead of
I
myself thinking
think-
about heal bombs.
I think it is a little LC favored. But they should trade farm because he has higher base damage, but then again, Dazzle has a nuke that can secure and kind of ruin the last hit and set up for a nice deny. This lineup again from Beast Coast, it's a snowball lineup. If they don't win this early game and if they don't have this like 1K, 2K gold advantage, I feel it's going to be very, very difficult for them to play the mid game.
I'm with you on this one. I would favor Thunder Predator just based on the synergy they kind of put up for themselves. Beast Coast, more snowballing, more 1-for-1 to match up against Thunder Predator. A little bit synergy within their own team, but nothing to really get excited over. We're looking at Hector trying to do his magical farming thing yet again to be the spearhead for the rest of the team in snowballing and just kind of shutting down Thunder Predator. We'll see if that's possible or not. Thunder Predator looking to go 4-0 today if they get this win and could move themselves up into an upper bracket position. Beast Coast just trying to stay alive in the Pro Series here. Need the wins to at least stay in the lower bracket.
I think he should have went with I think Razor would have been a really nice pick for Beast Coast though when they saw the troll. Thinking about it now, seeing as we saw like earlier
Oh, yeah.
over the Bristleback.
Yeah, I would like that. Certainly would be trouble for Legion Commander, for Troll. Mars doesn't even like that. It's all melee cores, really. It's almost all melee with the exception of Jakiro, so...
That was last game as well. There was
Yeah.
like, how many melees were there? All the cores were melee for sure.
So,
Like,
I mean, in
think it was, like,
theory,
8.
Bristleback should like that. But again, that's if Bristle gets huge, I guess, and is able to kind of withstand all that. He could just find himself quilling these cores nonstop. But you'd have to have a Bristle game like we saw in the previous game for Thunder Predator.
There were 7 melees last game, and all 6 cores were melee as well. So interesting. Well, Troll's what? What do you consider Troll? Mini range?
He's a hybrid, but
hybrid.
it's kind of like Luna. It's like Luna's range, but not really, because she's like a T-Rex when it comes to range. She can barely get the attack out. But all right, here we go. In a way, as not seeing anything too fishy as the lanes kind of come out here. We'll see if there's any early aggression. We had the early smoke in the previous game, but doesn't seem to be the case here. Quelling Blade pickup on Frank.
So this game, Moose is actually playing the 4 now.
Huh.
Schofield's playing 5.
looking over their items here. See if they got anything of interest. Already early
30
wand on
seconds
troll.
to
No
battle.
surprise about that.
Hector's wants to rush. Like, these Lycan players are always interesting because they have different ideas on like what's good and what's not.
Yeah.
Most Lycans like to go hard into book. Other Lycans like to just rush the book 3.
Not even
With
get
no hard.
boots. They'll just straight book. Alright, early movement. Thunder
It's such
Predator.
a beautiful air shaker game with all these melee heroes too.
Oh yeah.
As a core, I mean.
The battle begins.
You can get that early blink up. Could find some big dunks in this one here.
Matthew's actually playing the 4 Mars.
You don't see that often. But, you know, what do you do as a 4 Mars? You just right-click and spear where openings are available?
We're starting off with the tri-lane here as well. Both sides.
Try on try. Like that. Take a quick peek over this mid lane, but top is definitely where the action's going to be, as all the supports are fighting each other on the side, leaving the cores to have a 1v1 in the mid lane. Or in the top lane, rather. Wand's definitely going to be necessary on the side of Thunder Predator here. Going against Shadow Demon, you're going against Bristleback. Lots of spammy kind of spells here, so Wand turnarounds could certainly be a thing. But
Yeah, I think Whisper should just cut after he finishes off another, gets level 3 or something. I don't think there's not a lot of pressure they can apply into this troll, just free farm it with each other. I think he's already cutting.
swing and a miss on that Void Spirit, trying to add more harassment onto Mars here. Chris Luck pushing back on Leo style as he inches ahead in the early CS on that Dazzle.
Troll's really happy right now. Matthew TP's bottom here. Oh, nice D ward by him.
He sees Whisper and will slowly walk with him as he attempts to go for the creep pull here.
Gonna get all these creeps here.
Oh, he's gonna get them all, but it's shared with Matthew. A bit of damage. Moose is coming though.
Oh, this is close.
Oh, he got it! Just before the killing will could be there. Oh, and he sidesteps the remnant. Matthew limping away.
He should die. Yeah, he's dead.
Can he somehow make it to a neutral camp? Nah. That range
That's fine.
hit.
He killed the core for support.
Certainly worth.
Troll continuing the snowball free farm. He was farming the big camp as well, big neutral camp with alongside the lane creeps.
He's up 17 CS at the top right now for himself. And in this top matchup, like at 9, it's actually Frank who's getting some good CS. He's 13 and 7 denies on this Earthshaker. Maybe benefiting a lot from use of the totem, but definitely getting a lot of good last hits with that early quelling.
Yeah. Haven't really seen Hector play Lycan in like ever, so it'll be interesting to see how this pans out.
Yeah, a little different than his normal just kind of keep your head down and farm up type of cores. This one's got to be a bit more proactive. Got to be a bit more on the map sooner than later. So I'm with you on that. I'm very curious to see how this will work out for Hector now.
I mean, Hector even he got a second level fear, impulse, or his aura rather than his wolves too. Interesting. You don't really see that too often.
He's got his own take on this one. Interesting always the way we kind of categorize that.
And
Bit
the
off
wolves
the
are
beat
nicer because of the crippling effect that it applies.
Both side lanes essentially though having more of a 1v1 while the supports are all just kind of dancing around with each other on the sides. 4-minute rune is going to be a DD at the top, which MJZ will guard out and then eventually pick up for himself. Gonna have a real hard-hitting liquid fire to the top lane coming.
Chris Luck also schooling Leo style here mid again once again as well.
Yeah, Chris Luck always really just kind of making the matchup work for his favor, regardless of what is said on paper. You know, Leo Style will sidestep off the farm for now, but K1 does end
Bottom
up
lane
going
here.
down, and top lane also. A jump in for Schofield at that same time. They'll go in for the dual breath, and the finish is successful. And as you mentioned, kills all over the place, with bottom even getting into it.
Bristle almost died. Matthew got a really nice spear into the tier 2. He was able to get out. Got hit twice. Moose kind of saved him
Dire's
there.
courier has been killed.
MNZ were able to sneak in and snipe down the Moose Courier. A little bit of gold for himself and his team.
Rushing book here, and Chris Luck over near this magic wand and stuff. Be really nice. Gonna continue to accelerate his snowball.
Double book. It's really a Zookeeper kind of lineup for Beast Coast on this one.
Yeah.
You remember
But
when
they
it used
do,
to
like-
be only like max of what, 2 or 3 books in Dota 1? Didn't they used to have a restriction on how much Necronomicon you could have in the game?
Yeah, that was a tournament rule. Yeah, because it started off with like a super old school, like MYM Dota.
Yeah.
At the beginning with like all these old school players, they did like 5 Necrobook strand, would win the game in like 10 to 15 minutes, and then rules started happening. You can only have 4, then 3, and then they restricted it to 2 maximum. If you build a third one, if you don't sell it, then you just get disqualified.
It's so ridiculous.
And now these days, it's like, hey man, it's
Go
part
for
of
it.
Dota.
Yeah, if you want to try to go for 5 Necro book, you know, have fun.
It's just Dota different. Obviously, it's a more balanced game these days, and the skill gap is very different. too.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely.
But that rule was pretty funny though.
And potential pressure coming in. Frank feeling good. He's got
Dire's
level
top tower
6.
is under attack.
And he goes into the trees to hunt down Schofield a bit.
Yeah, K1 is forced into the jungle now, so this tower is gonna be free on top. They're using this 5-minute siege. Moose is TPing in actually.
Whoa. Look at all the
Radiant
stacks. My
structures are
goodness.
fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Wow, Moose, nice play by Moose. He got the siege denied. He might die for this though.
Oh. Oh. Whoops.
Sidestep.
Whoops. Whoops. And
Little whoops all over.
no catch gonna be there.
But this troll completely untouched in this lane right now as well.
Definitely a game of sleeping giants, it feels. We're not seeing too much kill action. A little bit of flirting, but you know, most of these teams kind of just taking their opportunity to farm in the jungle because the laning phase didn't work out, or they're just fully capitalized in the laning phase that they were able to build for themselves.
Dire's
As
top tower is under attack.
you know, they're all level 6 now. Leo Style here, he's got duel ready to go, but Chris Luck on the other side, no grave. Pointed at all.
Dire's
Yeah,
top
most
tower
cores
is under
Dazzle, they don't
attack.
really get grave unless it's like a clutch moment and they know the team fight's gonna happen, they'll save the skill point.
Yeah.
But to accelerate their snowball and their farm, they want to max poison touch and
Dire's
shadow
top
wave to
tower
constantly
is
push in the
under
waves
attack.
and do as much damage as they can. I like what he's doing too. This is a kill. Oh, so that was a solo kill.
Yeah, he just snipes down moves, it looks like. I'm busy catching action to top where they dive in again, looking to go for Schofield here. He gets the disruption off. Frank blocked in. Schofield tries to turn the corner, but he's so damn slow because of that liquid fire. Goes into the trees, and this man's making it away. Oh, but Frank moves in, finally dishes out the fissure to block him out.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
K1 over here, pushing all these neutral stacks. Chris Luck's been stacking, I know for himself, but
Dire's
K1's like,
bottom
oh,
tower is
juicy
under
jungle
attack.
targets, I'm gonna take this.
He's been jungling all over the place, taking stacks. Just doing his Hector farming thing as best he can on
Dire's
this
bottom
Lycan.
tower is under
Does
attack.
have book 1, but that's all he has. Is
Dire's structures
good book.
are fortified.
So does Dazzle.
And this game is like, you know, like this Leo style, like, I think he's fine. He's okay having a bad game, having a bad start in this mid lane because he knows this troll has, there's no one in this lane. And then it's similar top lane, the Shaker, he also has no one on this lane, so he knows he feels good about this game because it's 2 silence and winning. And that's kind of like just how Dota kind of functions. Like if you win 2 silence and you lose 1 lane, no matter how hard you lose, you feel good about the game.
Yeah. That's essentially what happened to Thunder Predator in the first series against Crazy. Bryle came out on top in both mid lanes, if I'm not mistaken, and then they ultimately were just kind of coming together and making the team fights the better. As Outpost, Schofield tried to take it back, but suddenly Thunder Predator spring the trap, surround him out. But because the Fissure was already committed with the Ice Path, he can TP away. credit to Thunder Predator. They hold the outpost for now. The 10-minute mark is getting a bit closer. Let's see if they can try to hold both of them. As they chase out Whisper from bottom. Turns around from the front. Matthew looks to meet him there. They spear him back. And then they're going to chop him up. And they got the duel. And that will be the first bit of damage awarded. In the meantime, Beast Coast were able to secure the other outpost. They will get a piece of the XP.
Radiant's bottom tower
Now to fight for the bounties. And it is going to be a takedown of Chris Luck. And the chase is on now. Shape shifts and book. And the disruption's going to be there. And they'll get MJZ.
Dire's bottom tower
Will
is
they?
under attack.
Oh, they will. Oh, they will. Okay.
Book 2 finished up on Lycan soon. Dazzle, though.
Yeah, Dazzle falls, but it's only the second kill.
This troll's kind of scary, though, man. I think he's going to be finishing his battle for around 12.5, 13-minute mark. It's really fast timing, honestly.
Yeah, it's
insane.
pretty crazy.
Shaker's going to be finishing his blink up in 400 golds.
And then they can just kind of move together with, like, Blinking Earthshaker, Legion Commander duels, Mars Arena, and Jakiro, and pull focus away from Troll and just continue to cause chaos with Beast Coast. If they break even, they would still be happy.
That was kind of the thing back in the days because Pipe was non-existent. We were talking about this like 5 Necrobook thing, and people would pick Shaker to counter it, and then he would echo. He'd kill like 2 Necrobooks or 3 Necrobooks. He just dies. He can't get his combo off. I can see it happening again this game.
A bomb explosion. But a bit of a potential awkward spot because, like, what do you do when you're someone like Moose in this game and you're, a Void Spirit trying to maybe make some moves, but you're at the beckoning will of the momentum from your Lycan and your Bristle for the time being. And
I feel he
Bristle's in a
doesn't
bit of
have
trouble.
that much of a purpose this game, this Void Spirit. I don't know, like how...
It chases out for Whisper. He was able to sidestep the spear, and that might be enough to save him out. Schofield shows up, and sure enough, he'll be fine. But that was a bit scary there for a moment.
His Battlefield is actually finished in 120 gold here.
You got Book 2 also done on Dazzle. 12-minute rune, and I see a fight brewing here as we see Matthew committing in toward the arena. Leo Styles got the duel, and he got more damage into the pocket. Whisper sweeps in, looking to go for the grab of that 4th position. Mars does get it. Now Ice Path Macropyre. Moose steps in by his side, looks to get the lock onto Legion Commander, and now she's in a bit of trouble, eating a lot of quill damage. Troll is not heading over there to help out. He's got eyes on the Chris Luck instead. And while he's chasing out for that, Frank moves in, and he's got the dunk on the 2.
Wow. Troll.
And Troll died!
Solo.
Troll was just chasing down Chris Luck. I look away for the dunk. I come back, and Dazzle kills the Troll. What the hell?
Oh, he ran out of mana from the Necrobook, and he tried to stick it, but it wasn't enough, unfortunately.
Oh, man.
Outplayed. But, it's not all that bad. He did finish his Battlefield prior to him dying, so he didn't lose gold out of it. We gotta look at the positive there.
Yeah, I honestly was not expecting that. I left Troll thinking that he had that one to clean up, and boy,
Smoke
oh boy.
here.
Here they're going right back on the warpath as they shapeshift run in through the mid lane, looking to get the grab on the Leo style. Now perched up, still finds a way to hide within the tree, slowed down by Frank. But there's the Ice Path Macropyre now, and the Mars Arena. They entrap Hector and take him on. They do manage to clean out Leo style finally as the jump is there. Ooh, lots of hard damage on the MJZ, and they will snipe him down. Meanwhile, Frank now going to be surrounded. Beast Coast firing off all cylinders suddenly as they move on in. They should close out Matthew too and make it a 4-man takedown. 2 back-to-back fights for Beast Coast here now. Not trying to just drop this series as a quick 2-0. They're showing that they certainly have life.
That was looking really good for Thunder Predator initially because they were able to burst down the Lycan, but at the same time they did throw like almost every spell onto him. Shaker didn't have ulti, but yeah, just good sustain and just I think they just overcommit. I mean, they kind of had to. They had no choice because they have a Lycan in front of their face, and they threw every spell into them.
Radiant's middle tower is under
But they
attack.
coaxed them back a bit, and even though, like you said, they committed everything onto the Lycan, that meant when Bristle Daddy swings into the fight, there's nothing left for him. And they were just able to kind of go to work.
It is
They-
still kind of an even game, and even
Yeah.
game is always going to favor Thunder Predator because of the team fight abilities that they do have.
But a step in the right direction for Beast Coast nonetheless. If they are looking to try to bring this one back, at least trying to bring it back to an even playing field is something they need to do. But you're right, Thunder Predator can continue to scale up. They still have their jungle to fall back on, and we got to see what Beast Coast can kind of do with this, or if they're kind of stuck just working around
Dire's middle
the
tower
cooldown
is under
of their
attack.
shapeshift and their necro books.
Double book 3. See
Radiant's bottom
Hector
tower is
queuing
under
up
attack.
AC already as well. Pretty slow game. Beast Coast is now a little. They feel a little pressured. They know Shaker ulti's up,
Radiant's bottom
and
tower
oh, here
is
comes
under
Big
attack.
Echo.
Yeah, pretty good. Burst down Dazzle and get the dual damage. It works out. But it could be trouble for Frank, except with the Purge ulti. But, oh! They do catch him with the disruption as he tries to TP away. Arena to block him back.
Wow.
Wow. They finish him off. MNZ gets down moves, and now the shapeshift doesn't look like it's going to amount to anything.
And Hector used his ulti there, so he didn't get anything in return. And Echo is going to be up before like an
Radiant's
ulti
bottom
again.
tower
So
is under attack.
actually pretty unfortunate for Beast Coast. Like I think like we kind of mentioned, it's like if it's an even game where Thunder Predator's even slightly ahead, it's just going to continue favoring
Radiant's
them
bottom tower
much
is under
more.
attack.
And they're already immediately going for this Roshan as well.
Yeah, their teamfight ultis are on cooldown, but there's nothing from Beast Coast's side to even say we have a team fight to begin with.
Dire
So
I think they've gone every single Roshan today that we've seen in this
Yeah,
whole
right.
fourth game.
I think you're right. They're like kind of skirting on the outside a bit. They're actually somehow finding their way towards the pit, but not fast enough. Just fast enough, though, to find themselves possibly in a bit of trouble here. They will zone out and quickly blast down Schofield, but they do swing in and get a grab onto Matthew here. A little bristleback Whisper finds himself into the back lines and is now going to slowly chase down Leo style, but now stunned up, hit with the ice path, and now a troll going in. Duel's there, and they blow up Bristle, who swings in, but now throws himself into the open arms of Thunder Predator, and this is going to be all them. They've now turned a Roche into a Roche plus a team fight.
40 damage already on this Legion in 17 minutes. It's actually, you know, this guy is scaling.
Dire's middle
That is how you do
tower is
Legion
under attack.
Commander for sure.
Last game it was like a 30-minute game with one duel, 18
Dire's
damage.
middle tower has fallen.
Really kind of shows the difference. Not trying to call out one player or another, but you know, when a Legion Commander is in a certain position where she has in the position of success and able to get these duels and be a snowball factor, whereas opposed she's put in a position where, you know, the duels are not available, the tools are not there to help make the duels happen, and then you're kind of lost looking for a purpose.
Yeah.
Dire's middle tower.
All right, Thunder
is
Predator
under
holds
attack.
strong. They take their lead right back their way, 3K plus, and continuing to rise with top 2 net worth belonging to them. Troll at the top, and then that core Earthshaker in the second position, still even leading ahead of Hector, the farm god himself.
It's been a while since I've seen a Shaker this farm. Like top of the net worth as well.
Yeah. Looking great, and
Closing
he's
up.
going for the Ags.
1100 off Ags, yeah.
Let's see
Feels like
old-
this Legion is actually the 3 and the Shaker is the 2 here.
Right?
Dire's
And
top
Legion going to
tower
go for
is
the
under
halberd.
attack.
I mean, the one thing you're fearing is being
Dire's
chomped down from
structures
the
are fortified.
Lycan, and having that disarm where he doesn't have a BKB available is definitely going to be a crutch and could be a serious
Dire's
problem.
top tower is under attack.
And Thunder Predator just owning most of the map. The one safe space right for now for Beast
Radiant's
Coast seems to
bottom
be
tower
in Thunder
is under
Predator's jungle.
attack.
That's the beautiful thing about Troll, that, you know, like last game when you kind of saw like Ritsu, when you're playing a Troll that has to go Battlefield into BKB, you're kind of playing to lose, but then like here, it's like when Troll's like snowballed, like you always just want to build Battlefield, so want more damage, you want to continue accelerating, because the moment you feel obligated to buy PKP, it's like you're in a losing position for the most part. You want to, like I said, you just want to keep building to make them stronger.
Smoke move, Thunder Predator, find a catch, it's Moose.
Another dual one.
Radiant's
58
middle tower
damage.
is under attack.
Nice quick snipe. Just a little support, but like you said, more dual damage now in the pocket of Leo style, and they'll secure the outpost. It's 20 minutes soon.
Sacred Relic damage, 60 damage.
Beast Coast could be without that XP. Okay, looks like Schofield's on it. Oh, they're TPing there.
Oh,
Don't
got it, he
touch
got
it.
that.
He got it in time? No, he didn't get it in time.
No.
He's going to
He
spear
got
him
it, he
away.
got it, he got it.
Spear him away. Get the hell off the outpost.
What?
Get the hell off that outpost. We're taking all the XP. Damn.
Damn.
I mean, that was a 4-position Mars, too. So, I don't know. Beast Coast's like, let's fight. They don't have Mars in arena. But I feel like they have plenty of firepower to go with. They jump now onto Bristol.
Bottom lane.
He's surrounded 3v1. While MNC goes toe-to-toe with the others. Does find himself going on to Moose. Moose, though, has the Grave. Is able to move on in for the Dazzle and cleans him out himself. Whisper, though, was able to turn around and get the kill on the MJZ. Bristol survives on. The three of them not able to take him down. And now Hector's shown up, but Hector gets dueled up. The duel is not able to get the finish. It's getting turned around. Here comes Mars now, able to drop the arena, drop the spear, and help him get that takedown of Hector finally. But it's been closed for Leo style. He's narrowly able to make it away. Nice cross path there from NJZ to stop the Bristle boss, but he's still a bit of a problem here. That evasion, that tankiness. Troll trying to chop away at the armor a bit. There's the net. There's the spear, and finally they get it done. And I think it's time for Beast Coast to get the hell out of here.
Yeah, this fight looks... Oh, this is a really good Jakiro player, though. Oh my gosh. His ice paths, like, without setup stun, he was able to land some pretty sick ice paths that fight.
Oh, yeah.
Throughout all the series today, though, as well. It's just, you can see why they have a heavy emphasis and priority in this hero, first phasing it every game that it's actually available.
Dire's bottom tower has
Last game it
fallen.
was actually banned first phase. But yeah, this team fights overall, it's so hard for Beast Coast to fight. You look at their
Dire's
lineup.
bottom tower
Who's their
is under
stun?
attack.
The Shadow Demon to set up a disruption into like a remnant. It's so slow, and like who's starting the fight? Yeah, again, is it the Shadow Demon?
Way
like,
too many holes in the draft. I mean, the no team fight, and not even the no stun. You already talked about the no way to kick off a fight even. Like, good God, you're just waiting for them to just misstep and you can counterfight when these little 1v1s are happening, which maybe can happen in a bit of a scramble, but you cannot bank on that. Certainly not. And
It
again,
does
not against Thunder
change.
Predator.
It does change when moves get Yules, but it's just like you can't pick a hero. You can't pick heroes like this and expect like my position 4 Void Spirit. Wait until my Yules and I can have like a setup and something to start the fight, right? On top of that, they have a Legion, so after the combo, she's gonna press the attack, and you feel really bad.
Yeah. They'll just have too many items, too many options by that point to even deal with the skimpy little Yules. As
Get him, Frank.
they're on the high ground now on the Thunder Predator side. They are going to be scouted out. There's that little wolf. And I think East Coast do not want to get into it here.
Satanic finish on MNZ. Wow. 16k gold lead. Or 16k gold net worth on this troll.
He's yoked, for sure. He's got double damage. I don't think anyone wants to mess with him right now. And now with Satanic, it's like he almost has an extra life on top of the extra life of his ultimate, it feels like at times.
Vegas is out, but yeah. Yeah, he has a vampire fangs too. It's so much lifesteal that he has. Let's see. So Beast Coast, they're just gonna try to camp a high ground, kind of wait until Thunder Predator make a move, but at the same time, like Thunder Predator, they're just gonna let Troll front line. They ever go on him, they use the combo. Legion's gonna be right behind him, then press the attack and turn the fight around. Shaker also has a backup, so it's like they actually have no answer for this Troll anymore.
He slowly seeds away at the tier 2 with his team waiting back and behind.
Dire's middle
East
tower
Coast are there
is
to
under
answer the
attack.
call, but very careful in their approach on how they want to do this. You know, now they're doing it without Moose. They ping out that Moose is kind of far from the team, and now that's when Thunder Predator decide to roll in, knowing that they might have a numbers advantage here. First have to take out the vision on the high ground.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Force
Yeah.
staff on Jakiro as well. They're kind of playing and waiting for next Roshan,
Oh.
sort of.
Shapeshift
The
committed.
Lycan ulti.
So Beast Coast got to fight. They got to fight. Who are they going to try to catch? Nobody
No one.
seems to be easy to catch.
Dire's
They don't want the
middle
troll.
tower is under
They
attack.
don't have a stunned.
Who are they going to get? Oh, I heard a dunk on the backside. On the front side, we got an arena here. As they come in with the duel, the Frostbeth, and everything onto Hector to finish off the Wolfman. It's an Earthshaker for a Lycan right now. Whisper going to be pretty low already in the mana and the health. And he's on the retreat with the other Beast Coast members. Yules from moves to slow them down. Nice dodge of the Ice Path. But Beast Coast, they're trying to hightail it out of here.
Chasing him down.
Not as much bloodshed as I was expecting, but still advantage for Thunder Predator.
Shit. Yeah, I mean, I think they might want to just play it safe, have a little bit of control of the game. If they run into them, they'll take fights, play around their vision, and just wait until Roche and we can just end the game and have a nice clean win. They can all, I feel they can also just kind of win the game now, because Beast Coast doesn't really have an answer anymore
Dire's
for
middle
this
tower
troll.
is under attack.
And maybe can find a cute little pickoff here outside the base if they can burst down the Bristleback. They go for the duel, but the disruption is there, and that's just enough to go for the save. And look at this turnaround play, though. A jump on the MJC. But here comes MNZ as he sweeps him from behind, looking to go for the grab onto Lycan if possible. And there's the Grave. Spear, though, holds him in his spot. Graves off, and so is he. Another takedown for Hector here, but you take one of ours, we'll take one of yours. They do get Mars, so both supports going to be down. Dunk. Ugh, whoops. Swing and a miss for Frank.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Can they still do it even without a dunk? I think so. Move back in and kill off little Chris Luck. That leaves just Bristle Daddy. As Schofield goes down, regardless of how things pan out, Thunder Predator still better in the fight.
That's kind of funny by Shake. He kind of missed both of his spells. It doesn't matter. Just
Nope.
I mean,
Yeah.
you can see it's like whenever Hector, I mean, he didn't use his ulti this fight, but it's just like whenever they're trying to catch someone and throw some spells, they have no control over these heroes. The Thunder Predator's just able to, like, you know, fiddle them all around and just dance around them.
Yep.
And they're just setting up for like a nice ice path, a nice echo, nice
Dire
fissure.
are scanning.
Yeah, definitely on Beast Coast to try to find some sort of crazy mix-up, smoke run-out play. Because I think just holding the high ground is not going to be in the cards for them. They don't have a lineup to really hold the line that strong.
Radiant are scanning.
Well, Roche is up now, so this is their moment. The
Mhm.
Roche go in the game.
Already being scouted by the courier there on Thunder Predator's
even-
side.
Even if, I was gonna say business because of how Moose his name, but even if Beast Coast is able to steal this Aegis and have a team wipe, that's their best chance. But even they'll only increase their win percentage by like, you know, a couple percent. That's it. Yeah, I just feel this game is just way too difficult right now.
Yeah, kind of hard not
Oh.
to agree. Troll's just kind of on a totally
Oh, he
different
got-
planet.
They got the Paladin sword too, man.
Yeah, it went from some lifesteal to same lifesteal, but now even some damage and the amplified lifesteal. Quite ridiculous. As he
Radiant's
chops
top
away,
tower
Roche.
is under attack.
We'll see. Come on, can Beast Coast do something about this? No, they can't.
Roshan has fallen to the Radiant.
They spotted Moose, and wow, nice spear from the low ground. Swift finish. It's actually going to be MNZ who picks up the last hit.
First Luck is trying to split push. What does the Ags do again? Oh, causes all your abilities to fire and attack needed by units.
He got an axe.
Kappa.
I don't see anybody get this.
For fun.
So
Radiant's
Bad.
For
top
fun.
tower is under attack.
this attack is a little.
Radiant structures
I mean, he hits
are
kind of hard, I guess, but
Dire's
not
middle tower
not
is
worth.
under attack.
I'm excited to see what kind of impact it will have.
Yeah, likewise. I don't think it'll do much at all, but
See, heal something. Boom.
Radiant's top tower.
really
MNZ.
spells. Oh,
going
big
in.
echo.
Big dunk onto Dazzle, onto Bristle. They blow Dazzle up, and he'll take his Agnes into the grave and watch from the sidelines for nearly a minute without a buyback. Bristle will join him on that same minute. No buyback for him. This could be it.
Structures are fortified.
They just run down this mid set of
Dire's
racks.
middle barracks
split push is their bottom lane
Dire's middle
from
barracks
Hector.
has fallen.
As he tries to shapeshift the hell out of here, he just gets assaulted by Matthew. Arena and spear and stuns from Frank. He has nowhere to go. Frank very low, but does survive. They hit him with the tip.
Contain the little doggy.
And Schofield also going to be finished off with the remnants of this fight as it fizzles away. All 4 from Beast Coast side go down. Well, it was all 5, I guess, if Moose was the first one to go down from that whole thing. But just feeling more over than it already is, as the rich get richer on the side of Thunder Predator. They just pretty much have to close this one out.
Tower is under attack.
Second Aegis. 3 dead, no buybacks. I think this is just
Top tower has
their
fallen.
cocky little throne play. The Shaker doesn't really have any
Barracks are under
status right
Dire's
now
top barracks
or
has
resources.
Will they go throne? Yeah.
They're going for
Go
it.
throw, just go throw. Just do it.
fallen. Dire's top barracks has fallen.
No
Everyone
like it
sees,
for 10
like-
more seconds.
Get me out of this game.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Thunder Predator, hell of a day for them, as it looks like they're about to close out a 4-0 day, taking Crazy down in the first series. And now Beast Coast making swift work of them.
That goes up in 3 seconds. Give him the cheese.
Yeah, let that man get some mana. Troll just do not care. He will be happy to wait
He's a
back.
Scotty. He's a Scotty now too. And Aegis still.
Do they also have a Spirit Vessel on anybody on Thunder Predator? Is it even necessary? I mean, if you have a Scotty, you're already going to be taking away that health regen now from Bristle and whoever else. Damn.
Dire's
Okay.
bottom
Smoke.
tower is
Last
under
ditch
attack.
effort play here.
The desperation smoke.
I don't know who they can really go on. They have so much save and protection. There it is.
Get Matthew! We'll get him.
Nice wall. Oh, the right side.
East Coast. Oh, well, they might lose Dazzle. Nice save, though, from Schofield in the high ground. But, wow. Dunk on his return just to ensure he's not going to get off any sort of swift grave. And now Whisper rolling in. He's surrounded, though. Troll begins to go to work on each target here. Whisper getting ignored for the moment. Charges forward to go for the finish. But now finds himself in a bit of trouble. I think this is going to be potentially the final hurrah for Beast Coast here.
A wall chat going on here. This is playing for fun now. Boom.
All right, they get it down.
Hey, did they say
Dire's
GG?
bottom tower is under attack.
No GG yet. Never
Look
said
at
that.
Leo style here.
Yeah, he just runs past the tier 2 into the base.
He's having fun
Dire's
here.
bottom tower
You know,
has
still
fallen.
liking and shout even alive, but oh,
They do have
Hector
buyback.
Dire's
What's Hector
bottom
doing?
tower is
dancing
under
around with
attack.
Frank here. Frank not letting him get away.
Dire's bottom tower
Looks
has
up.
He's
fallen.
just dancing with him. Goes to the high ground.
Dire's bottom barracks are under attack. Dire's
While the
bottom
rest of the team
barracks
can move in and get the
fallen.
megas.
Now have mega.
Really should be it. Beast Coast entertaining everybody by staying in the game.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Who would you give the
Dire's
MVP
middle
to this
tower
game?
has fallen.
Who would I give the MVP to? Maybe Jakiro. I would have gave it to Earthshaker, but he missed that dunk. So
Yeah,
Gotta take it away.
you're actually right. If he actually hit that dunk, it's the same. I think MNZ, he was a drafter too. He drafted this shit, right?
Yeah.
So he pulled this one out. He hit some amazing ice path. He was a setup, and he has all the setup in front of him.
Yep.
And he hit some wild ice path. So I think, yeah, I mean, it's just like I kind of mentioned. I mean, throughout this whole series today, it's like the moral of the story is like just draft some more team fight. I know that this meta is like all about the zoo and stuff, but if you have this like zoo, all these summons and everything, and you aren't able to snowball, like you're just gonna lose. Like when mid game happens. If you're playing an even game, team fight I feel will almost always be more superior unless you are able to run like a snowbally or like cheese ball kind of draft. And just draft some more stuns, right? I think it's just like the easiest way to kind of summarize this game, at least for me.
I agree with you. I mean, if there's something for Beast Coast to take away, it's to look back at their drafts a bit and kind of fill a lot of the holes that were missing. Team fight certainly being one of them. I wanted to get a look at the updated standings now because of this. As I quickly update them on the fly, I need to add 2 more losses now to Beast Coast and 2 more wins to Thunder Predator, and that should be it right there. So Thunder Predator, they get 4 wins today in their 2 series. They move up now to 8-6. Still trying to fight for an upper bracket spot. They have more games to play. And then for Beast Coast, unfortunately, it means they fall down. Or they don't fall down, but they're pretty low still. They're neck and neck with Plasma. Actually, that's the next match. It's the battle of the bottom 2 here. Beast Coast and Plasma are going to be our next series. One where Beast Coast should take the win. Plasma are the new kids on the block. But we'll have to see how things do pan out. An exciting series. Jimmy, are you looking forward to seeing the new stack Plasma? Do you know anything about this Plasma team?
Plasma. I mean, they're really like old players.
They're old players.
They're not old. God's Hand has been around for a very long time. Mediocre, kind of like mid player, from my knowledge. As for the rest of them, unless B-God, is that Bleak or no? I don't think it is.
I don't think so.
Pingyu, I think he's been around in the NA like matchmaking for a little bit. These are all just like average players. I don't think they're going to be able to take a game off like any of these teams except for maybe like Midas Club or Plus One. Maybe Beast Coast but
I
think the skill gap is kind of too high for like everyone else.
I even pinged Grant to try to give me a little bit of insight on the 2 teams I was not familiar with, Plus One and Plasma, and he told me about the Plus One being partially part of the Demon Slayers team or some of the Demon Slayer players, but then for Plasma, he just said it's a NA Dota stack, and he only knew Pingu. So that certainly must mean Bleak is not on the team. But I'm excited to see what they can do. So obviously at the bottom, they're the underdogs in this one. Maybe they can have an answer for Beast Coast. We'll have to see. That's going to be our next upcoming series, folks. So we'll do a small break, and when we return, we'll hop in the lobby and continue more Beyond the Summit Pro Series action. First, we'll get to a word from the Humane Society. So see you soon.